Hello and welcome to UC Today. I'm Senior Editor Tom Wright, and today I'm joined by Craig and Tim from Dialpad and Kare. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Great to be here.
Great to be here.
And so we're going to be talking about the recently announced acquisition. Very exciting for both of you and your respective companies. I'd like to first ask you, just by kind of talking through, I suppose at a high level, the rationale behind the partnership, and perhaps Craig, you could start with there.
Yeah, sure. So at Dialpad, we started the company about 11 years ago, coming out of Google and having run the Google Voice product. And what we wanted to do is have this complete platform that, modern platform that would serve any type of business need for on the communication side. So video conferencing, business phone system, contact center, and then we have a layer of real-time AI across all of that. So we acquired a company called TalkIQ about 4 years ago to give us real-time analytics, real-time speech to text, real-time coaching, real-time suggested answers and sentiment for our support agents on the contact center side. So one of the pieces that we didn't have on our platform that we really wanted to roll out to all of our customers and to new customers was the ability to give AI-powered answers without having to engage an agent directly. And we were looking for companies that had really incredible technology and really great team that would be a nice fit into the Dialpad culture and a good part of the family, but that would be able to do that digital deflection, be able to get the right answer to the customer before they even need to go talk to an agent. And so I was introduced to Tim, and I was introduced to the Kare team and the Kare technology through our great corp dev leader, Joe Manueli, who I don't know how he found you guys, but it was very impressive. And the demo that we saw within the first, I think we had a call with them, and they came prepared with the demo already set up using Kare on the Dialpad site, and just proved how easy and how powerful and how useful that could be. So once I saw that, I realized, hey, this is something that would be a real addition to our contact center product. Is a really important part of any modern contact center, being able to have that RPA-powered digital deflection where you can actually get the right answer just out of a company's existing FAQ or other unstructured data to answer any question that a customer has coming to the website. And the whole point of it, I think, our philosophy is we're not trying to prevent users from speaking to support agents, but we are trying to give them the answers ahead of time, give them the answers as quickly as humanly possible. And if that can be done through a digital AI-powered means, all the better. You don't tie up an agent's time. They're able to handle more complicated questions, and you have happy customers with the right answer. Anyway, that was the rationale, and we couldn't be happier.
And then Tim, from your point of view, you I think founded the business, was it 5-6 years ago now? Obviously, it's important for you that it goes to the right place. So what was your sort of thinking?
For us, it was a bit of a no-brainer. As soon as we saw Dialpad, we saw the speed that they're growing. It made complete sense. I mean, Dialpad has a huge customer base, and it's operating at scale. So it gives us an amazing opportunity to really get the product out there without all the sort of dangers you get as a startup, in terms of getting through all the hoops in terms of the growth stages. So we're able to get our product to a huge audience, actually, very quickly, and hopefully go beyond that and grow with Dialpad, which we're super excited about.
And then, Craig, I think you gave sort of a high level understanding of what it was, in the technology that really fits in with what you're looking to do. But could you perhaps maybe go a little bit deeper and just explain how you see the technology fitting into your offering and what the benefits are going to be to combined customers?
Yeah, for sure. So the Dialpad contact center solution is, and again, like one of the keys to our unique differentiators is it is a single platform and a single application that behaves the same regardless of how you're using it. So it's a single pane of glass for a contact center agent, as same for everyone in the company, same for people on a meetings platform. It's just one platform, one product. And so we've always been very, very strong on the voice side, coming from Google Voice, and before that, Grand Central, and before that, Yahoo Voice. So we were really, really strong on the voice side, but where we've done acquisitions in the past is where we wanted to really fill a gap on the tech side and fill a gap with a team that had the right culture and built it the right way and views the world the same way. And so, our first acquisition was Talk IQ on the AI side. We didn't really have AI skills until we did that acquisition. The second one was last summer we acquired High Five, which was a company founded by ex-Googlers, totally focused on video conferencing and making the WebRTC video experience as great as possible, which was technology and skills that we needed to, particularly when the pandemic hit, like the idea of needing to have excellent video capability, that became paramount as soon as everyone was working remotely. And then with Kare, it was very much that same philosophy of, hey, we have this great contact center product. What are the pieces of that contact center product that are missing? The one was this digital deflection of someone comes to my website and has a question. How can I serve them the right answer and engage them in a friendly, natural way without tying up a contact center's time of hopping on a phone call to talk to that person? So it really was a very, very important piece and kind of a crucial piece of any modern contact center or any modern business that wants to have a higher CSAT and respond to their customers better and be able to give them the right answers and to use AI to do it and to use the content they've already created that is sitting there somewhere in their FAQ that most customers don't take the time to go into the support center and do a big search for, but provide that answer on the front page in a friendly chat environment. And then if they need more on that, or that doesn't fully get the answer, then they can go talk to a live agent. But having that in front of that experience, but still making it feel natural and completely authentic was the key to it. And again, when we saw the demo and we started using it ourselves, and then we met the team, and then we learned about how they built it and learned how they built it the right way with modern, architecture and microservices as the foundation of it. It was just kind of a no-brainer. So, and culturally was a great fit. Tim's an ex-Googler as well. So it really just kind of felt like a natural partnership we should be doing.
And then Tim, I'm sure you'd probably echo everything Craig's just said there, but from a technology perspective, is there anything in particular you're quite excited about bringing the two businesses together?
Yeah, so I'd love to talk about that. Dialpad has, as Craig mentioned, very sort of good DNA from an AI perspective, and the architecture of Dialpad is really forward-thinking and scalable, and customers really find it incredible to use. And that very much mirrors Kare's kind of philosophy. So with Kare, from a product perspective, we have today conversational AI basically that's been built, and it kind of splits into two products. One is sort of agent assist, so the ability to give agents knowledge and reduce the time they have to spend on calls, and also customer self-service. So as Craig was saying, the ability to deflect, but not just deflect to get rid of customers, deflect in a really positive way that increases CSAT. And that's incredibly important. From a technology perspective, as you're touching on, Tom, we built something that's quite incredible from our perspective underlying the products. So it's a patented deep semantic search. And critically, it's an intent-free conversational AI. And if you're familiar with the dialogue flows of this world, where you have to kind of train against intents, that stops you from scaling and kind of holds you back. So what we try to do is to take the best of bots and the best of search, but take away the worst of bots and the worst of search, the things that hold you back, and combine them in a really unique technology that allows it to scale. So with Kare, you're kind of out of the box. And so, with Dialpad, you're out of the box as well very quickly. So it's kind of, for me at least, it was a sort of marriage made in heaven from that perspective. It's very easy to use, very easy to set up. You can get going super quickly, and it scales, so it can grow with you.
I'd be interested to get your thoughts as well about being part of a larger business now. What will that kind of bring to you in the team? And is there anything you're particularly looking forward to about being part of the Dialpad group?
Well, I'm sure Craig will have a few words to say around this as well, but the vision and the path that Dialpad is on is incredibly exciting. Obviously there's certain things we can say and we can't say in terms of future roadmaps, but we're very brought into the direction that Dialpad is heading. this unified experience across CCaaS and UCaaS, and this ease of use, as well as the products and the product vision behind that to be able to kind of serve the customers. So as a team, we're incredibly excited to be able to join this bigger organization that's on a real mission to be able to serve everybody in that way.
I think that does lead quite nicely into my next question for Craig, actually. You're able to give us an idea of how you're planning to, I suppose, kind of start the integration of not just the technology, but of teams and offices and maybe brands. I'm sure there's a lot going on at the moment to kind of bring all this together.
Yeah. I think, well, the nice thing about doing an acquisition, and again, this is our third, but when you do it with a team that has built it in a similar architecture and similar way and similar philosophy the way that we did, it makes the integration relatively easy. And from a technical point of view, it's not like I look at other acquisitions in the industry where maybe a big video conferencing company buys a legacy contact center company and thinks they're going to merge them together pretty easily. That's really hard when you're dealing with two entirely different technology foundations, and one's from 2001 and the other one's from 2018. Those are really hard to do. But when it's two modern ones built in very similar fashion, you can tie them together really quickly. So from a technical integration, I think we'll be able to launch the product to our customers and to new customers under the Dialpad brand within 90 days, like really quickly. And then we will work, behind the scenes to integrate all the great things that Kare's built. And we have our own AI engine. They have, especially on the semantic search, that we don't have, that we can now tie these best two things together and come up with an even better solution. So it's going to be, it's a really important piece of our long-term strategy of having that complete communication platform. And it is frankly, as far as where they are and integrating them into our team, we already have a group of folks in Europe. So we will be investing more in Europe. I mean, legitimately, the size of the European market is massive. This whole, and I think part of the reason why it probably makes sense to be part of a bigger thing too, is this is one of the biggest total addressable markets left that is yet to migrate to the cloud. Like 90% of phone systems are still on premise. 90% of contact centers are still on premise. Every single one of those in the world should not be on premise. So you have this like $100 billion a year market that is going to be going, 90% of it still hasn't come over to the cloud. So having that complete solution and that best solution, the easiest to deploy solution and easiest for an end user to engage with solution is really our vision. We're calling it TrueCAS instead of UCAS, but it is that unified vision. And so Kare's going to be a big part of that. And I was thrilled getting to know Tim and his team during it, because we have a whole bunch of stuff on our roadmap that we're like, if we had Kare in the portfolio and as part of the company, what all else can we use it to do, and what all else can we give them to make a better customer experience? So can't go into all the details of that, but there's a long roadmap and there's a lot of excitement about what else they can do.
Tim, how does 90 days sound?
Exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, well within our abilities to deliver on. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, there's speed, there's startup speed, and then there's Dialpad speed. So it's just something we all get used to.
Okay, and then my final question for you, Craig, is to put you on the spot a little bit. Maybe, are you able to give us any kind of clues about any potential M&A or any sort of further investments down the line for Dialpad, or anything you might be looking at the moment or in the not too distant future?
Where we've done M&A really effectively is to find a team with and I just taking it back a little bit. I started my career as a M&A attorney in the 1990s at a law firm in Palo Alto, working on, Cisco Systems was a big client, but a whole bunch of tech companies. And so you were, from that vantage point, you were able to see a lot of good M&A deals and ones that worked well. And then you were able to see ones that didn't work well. And kind of Cisco Systems was kind of like the king and the first to really use M&A as a real strategic weapon. And virtually all of them ended up being really good acquisitions that ended up well. And the reason being is they had, it wasn't just the technology, it was actually the culture and the freedom and just like a meeting of the minds of the two companies. And I think that's probably more important for a success of an M&A deal than it is, hey, we just want their tech. Let's just, let's grab the tech and try to force it into our thing. So the 3 deals we've done have all been really, really well integrated and have been so far, I mean, Tim, I'm counting on you to be number 3, but the first 2 have been like radically successful. And I anticipate this will be the same. But it all starts with the culture and the vision and kind of the architecture of how things were built. Looking forward, I think this is kind of a competitive advantage of Dialpad is that we're able to find these types of companies and integrate them and treat them well and make them feel super empowered to go finish the mission of what they had started. And so, like I've been a startup CEO for 20 years. There's nothing you want more than just being able to go execute your vision and to do it on a bigger scale and to do it with more resources and be able to touch more people and put more investment into it. That's really exciting. And so if we can marry those things together, we end up with a really good acquisition. And so what else would we want to acquire? I think our philosophy has always been, if there's teams out there who are better at something that's not our core, I don't think there's anyone in the world better at business voice communications than Dialpad. And I don't think there's anyone better than at business voice AI than Dialpad. And so we have these things that we're really, really good at now, but if there's tangential or other little parts that we aren't good at, we will be looking for ways to bring them into the family if we can find the right ones with the right culture and the right technology.
Okay, well,
so that was a long answer of not. That was a long answer of not giving you a specific answer.
Perfect answer. And it's been great to have you both on, and I hope we can carry on speaking as as this develops over the coming months.
We'd love to. Yeah,
Great. Well, thanks again for joining us, and thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a share on social media, and we'll see you next time.